Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is the series number 4 of the AZ900 Azure Fundamentals Exam Preparation Guide. I have already published 3 earlier videos. Please do watch those videos, and if you have any comments, please do write in the comment section. And in today's video, I will be talking about identity, governance, privacy and compliance features of Azure. So like my earlier videos, if you watch this video, you will see that I'll be talking on identity, privacy, governance and compliance features, and I'll be talking on various questions and answers. So if you watch this video, you will be able to prepare this question and answer to pass the AZ900 exam. I hope you will like this video. So let's start. The first question will be, what is ISO? ISO, International Organization for Standardization, is an independent non-governmental organization that develops standards to ensure the quality, safety and efficiency of products, services and systems. Example, ISO/IEC 27000 is a family of standards for information technology security techniques. Next is, what is GDPR? GDPR is General Data Protection Regulation. The purpose of the GDPR is to provide a set of standardized data protection laws across all the member countries. This should make it easier for European Union citizens to understand how their data is being used and also raise any complaints even if they are not in the country where it's located. Next question is, what is NIST? National Institute of Standards and Technology was to help the United States better compete with economic rivals through extensive research, science, standards and technology. NIST continues to be an important part of cyber security. The next question is, what is Azure Trust Center? Azure Trust Center provides in-depth information about security, privacy, compliance offerings, policies, features and practices across Microsoft Cloud product, which is Azure. What is Azure Active Directory? Azure Active Directory offers a directory and identity management solution from the cloud. It offers traditional username and password identity management as well as roles and permissions management. On top of that, it offers enterprise grade solutions like multi-factor authentication and application monitoring, solution monitoring and alerting. Azure AD can easily be integrated with your on-premises AD to create hybrid infrastructure. The next question is, what is Azure Germany and Azure China? In China and Germany, Azure cloud services are separate for general use and for governmental use. This means that the cloud services are maintained in separate data centers. What is Azure AD Connect? Users can have a single Active Directory identity for on-premises and Azure cloud resources such as Office 365. They can use and connect local and cloud applications with little trouble. Azure AD Connect is a tool that syncs your identities, that is on-premises, in your current AD environment to Azure AD in cloud. Azure AD in the cloud then provides SSO, single sign-on, MFA, multi-factor authentication and self-service capabilities for your end users. But Azure AD Connect is a tool that copies users from your on-premises AD to the cloud. What is Azure Government? Azure Government is a separate instance of Azure. So if you think of Azure as a worldwide hyperscale cloud across data centers and regions throughout the entire world. Azure Government is a hyperscale cloud that spread out over data centers in regions in the continental United States that is available to US government. Customers only, US government customers only, and for not for general public. It's a physically separated, isolated instance of Azure. It has its own data centers, network, express route. It's the same technology but higher level of compliance. What is Azure Multi-Factor Authentication? Azure Multi-Factor Authentication provides an extra layer of security in the form of a secondary authentication method known as two-step verification. This secondary method requires the user to provide something they have, which is often in the form of a token provided by SMS or an authenticator app. There are four main ways to enable MFA for a user in Azure Ready. By changing state, users must perform MFA every time they log in. By security defaults, security settings pre-configured by Microsoft including MFA. By conditional access policy, this is more flexible and two steps required for certain conditions. This method requires premium Azure Ready licenses. The last is by Azure AD Identity Protection. Two-step is required based on sign-in risk. This method requires premium P2 Azure AD licenses. The next question is, what is single sign-on in Azure? Single sign-on is an authentication method that allows users to sign in using one set of credentials to multiple independent software systems. Using SSO means a user doesn't have to sign in to every application they use. With SSO, users can access all needed applications without being required to authenticate using different credentials. What is Azure Policy? Azure Policy is a service in Azure which allows you to create policies which enforce and control the properties of a resource. When these policies are used, they enforce different rules and effects over your resources. So, those resources stay compliant with your IT governance standards. All Azure Policy data and objects are encrypted at rest. What is Azure Policy Initiative? An Azure Policy Initiative is a collection of Azure policy definitions or rules that are grouped together towards a specific goal or purpose. Azure initiatives simplify management of your policies by grouping a set of policies together logically as a single item. Like security policies, Defender for Cloud initiatives are also created in Azure Policy. You can use Azure Policy to manage your policies, build initiatives, and assign initiatives to multiple subscriptions or for entire management groups. What is Azure Information Protection? Azure Information Protection AIP can encrypt documents and emails. Azure Information Protection AIP is a cloud-based solution that enables organizations to discover, classify, and protect documents and emails by applying labels to content. The next question is, what is Microsoft Online Service Privacy Statement? The Microsoft Privacy Statement explains the personal data Microsoft processes, how Microsoft processes it, and for what purposes. What is Azure AD Federation? Federation is a collection of domains that have established trust. The level of trust may vary, but typically includes authentication and almost always includes authorization. A typical federation might include a number of organizations that have established trust for shared access to a set of resources. You can federate your on-premises environment with your Azure AD and use this federation for authentication and authorization. This sign-in method ensures that all user authentication occurs on premises. This method allows administrator to implement more rigorous level of access control. Federation with ADFS and Ping Federate is available. The next question is, what is Azure Compliance Manager? A dashboard and monitoring tool that summarizes data protection, compliance score and recommendations. It allows you to assign, track and record compliance and assessment related activities. Recommendations for industry regulations, GDPR, ISO and NIST. We can upload and manage artifacts or evidence in a secure repository. What is Azure Blueprint? Just as a blueprint allows an engineer or an architect to sketch a project's design parameters, Azure Blueprints enables cloud architects and central information technology groups to define a repeatable set of Azure resources that implements and adheres to an organization standards, patterns and requirements. Blueprints are a declarative way to orchestrate the deployment of various resource templates and other artifacts such as role assignments, policy assignments, Azure Resource Manager templates, ARM templates, and resource groups. Azure Blueprints provides a mechanism that allows you to create and update artifacts like policies and ARM templates and assign them to environments and version them. Using this, you can store these artifacts and manage their versions and relate them to environments. For instance, you can see that version 1.1 of the dev environment blueprint is deployed to the XYZ subscription. So this is the end of series 4. I hope you have liked this video. If you like this video, please do like this video and share this video and also subscribe to my channel.